It was a quiet month in the world of Terraria. I hadn't forgotten about Terraria, but with spring arriving here, I've been doing a lot of gardening, both in real life and in my Stardew Valley game. But I would have set all of that aside had there been more news other than, I guess there was the 1.4.2.2 patch for the PC edition of Terraria, which really just seems to squash a few bugs, so it's been a quiet month. There have been more mods added to the Steam Workshop for PC edition, by the way, and we'll get to that soon, and I will have to delve into those in the near future. At any rate, the wait for the month's big news release is now over, as they've posted the April State of the Game news post on the official forums. This video, I'll admit, is a tad late. I did just get back from a trip to the beach, but better late than never. Here's what Relogic's Loki had to say by way of an introduction. Greetings, Terrarians. April showers are supposed to bring May flowers, or so we are told. So what kind of showers can you expect in April's State of the Game? Well, the kind that get everyone hyped up for what is yet to come in 2021. We certainly have some items of interest to hit for everyone this month, so enough of the flowery language and on with the news. They begin with, you guessed it, the PC edition of Terraria, with talk about the Steam Workshop Developer's Choice category specifically. The development team is ready to reveal its first round of Developer's Choice selections for the workshop. As a reminder, these will each receive the special Developer's Choice tag and will be displayed on the front page of the workshop at all times in the Developer's Choice section. Our selection process was simple. Each team member was asked to recommend any packs or worlds that they felt were especially clever or well done, and then we all voted for the winners. To say that there were far too many great entries to get them all in this first wave would be a massive understatement. That said, we decided up front to limit ourselves to XXXX number. Don't see your favorite here, wait until next time and see if it shows up then. Please remember that clever or well done doesn't always mean something is the biggest or the most extensive pack or world. Though that may be the case, we are more focused on the idea and the execution of what it intends to be. And I'll just cycle through the list of winners for this first round, along with what they had to say. First up were Clockwork Mechs. Just a really nice evolution of the mechanical bosses. We have loved this one since we first saw it right at the launch of the workshop. Capri Dust Dragon, a really fun take on one of our favorite winners from the Vanity contest. Clever, well executed, what's not to love here? Cobalt Invasion, another pack that we have enjoyed since the start of the workshop. Such a simple idea, but one that gives a lot more variety to our good old goblins. Calamity Texture Pack, a long-running fan favorite from one of the most popular Terraria mods of all time. Definitely a high-quality piece that you should check out. Reworked Buff Icons, a great idea and excellent pack that remains under development. This is something we hope to see get fully completed, but is already worth checking out. Boss-colored Relics. Someone took our already epic boss relics and took them to the next level. Don't like gold? Make the move to color. Pylon's Journey. Ever wanted to have Chaos build you an epic world that already has really cool spots for your pylons? Wish granted. Note that this map is also available in Classic, Expert, Master as well, but we could only link one. A link to Terraria. We are huge Zelda fans, so the idea of a long-running Terrarian tribute to one of our favorite franchises is going to get our attention. This one has been around since the Terraria Online days and remains updated to this day. No better time than now to check it out. Sky Terra. This one presents a very unique challenge to the player. Only through thorough knowledge of the game and some top-notch resourcefulness will you be able to reach the end goal. Plus, the author keeps a close eye out for any too tough spots and keeps things updated. And so that's the list of the first round of selections. It sounds like there'll be quite a few more. They could only choose but so many this first month. And there's a lot to pick from. I'll need to give some of these a look. There are only so many hours in the day, obviously, but I'll try to pick and choose from that list. It's convenient that Relogic has already winnowed down the list of really great mods to a few I can choose from, because I think I would be just too spoiled for choice if I had to go all the way down the list. But moving along, they also had an update for the long sought after Tmod Loader 1.4 update, complete with some hard to understand technical jargon. They write, "Hello everyone, the Tmod Loader team, along with all of our contributors, have been making huge strides towards getting Tmod Loader 1.4 out to you as soon as possible. We wanted to share a bit of our latest progress with everyone. We've just merged our biggest branch ever, which moves the game to the .NET 5 runtime and the FNA game framework on all platforms, eliminating many Linux and Mac bugs by moving away from mono and greatly expanding programming and modding possibilities. Additionally, the branch achieved any CPU support with a single cross-platform executable, so say goodbye to the out-of-memory exception. Our biggest remaining goals as of now are the following: mod sound and music playback re-implementation and fixes, object-oriented, topological, sorting-based redesign of interface layers and world generation passes, conversion of tile to struct for the sake of memory optimizations, Steam Workshop support, though this may release after Tmod Loader 1.4, the timing is still a bit undecided, wishful thinking, finishing Chicker Tmod Porter. You can see our 1.0 milestone at tmodloader/tmodloader, but note that the completion percentage doesn't mean anything because issues and PRs don't have weights. An official alpha beta version is very likely to be released soon. After we've done with these big branches, release will be very close. At this time, however, we still can't give anyone, an ETA for the full release. So as I said, a lot of technical jargon, but once both Tmod Loader and Steam Workshop are up and running for Terraria 1.4, I tell you, the sky is the limit. The community produces way more content than anything that Relogic, being a small studio, could ever hope to produce. Not knocking Relogic, obviously, but really the community produces so much, it's ungodly. Anyway, it's now time to talk about Console 1.4. That's the topic that's probably on many of your minds whenever Terraria gets mentioned, so let's jump right in with what they had to say. Wow, is it nearly May already? 2021 has flown by for sure. Over the last few weeks, the team has been hard at work focused on performance optimizations as well as fine-tuning a lot of systems. Beyond that still remains a lot of platform-specific tidbits to put in, functionality tied to each individual console type, and we want to spend some more time making sure that the split-screen experience feels just right. These really are a lot of little things that add up, but the team is hard at work checking these off one at a time. Literally, we have a checklist going. What does all that mean in the end? We realize that we are now at the point where we have enough unknowns out of the way so that we can at least estimate a potential submission launch window. To get there, the team took a full, detailed inventory of everything we have left in front of us and then added a conservative time estimate to each item. This was then laid out in a very detailed internal road to the finish plan. Where does that all net out? Our current plan is to have Terraria Journey's End out for Xbox and PlayStation in Q3 of 2021. Switch will follow shortly afterwards. We know that some will be glad to finally have some sense of timing, while others might feel disappointed that it is not any sooner. To be clear, the team is hammering away at the plan already and expects to exceed those conservative time estimates. Hopefully that means that we can continue to pull things up sooner and sooner as we go, and we will give revised estimates when we can for sure. We just wanted to get our first conservative window out there so that all of you had a sense for things instead of another month of wondering and speculating. We are happy to answer any questions that you have and that we're able to answer, and we thank you for your patience as we work hard to get a great version of Journey's End for console to you later this year. Repeating what we shared above, we expect to have Journey's End for Switch out later this year, just a bit behind Xbox and PlayStation. Bummer. I'm sure they're being conservative, as they said, in their estimate for how long things will take, but at this rate, we'll be waiting through the end of July at the earliest before we get to a release of 1.4 on consoles. It's a bit disappointing, honestly, but they are changing so much with the 1.4 patches for these consoles that it's not totally unexpected. As they said, they'll revise their release date estimate if anything changes, and I take the lack of screenshots or videos to mean that they're really buckling down with the work. DR Studios have been miracle workers so far, so let's hope that that trend continues. And next, a tiny little morsel of an update for mobile Terrarians, which again shows, in my estimation, how DR Studios is straining its resources to get console 1.4 released before directing any attention to pretty much anything else. They write, "Hello everyone, those pesky console versions are taking up all of the development time of late, as you know. However, just remember that we likely will be pulling over a lot of cool new things that we put together on that side over to the mobile side in the future. We definitely have not forgotten about our mobile friends out there, and just as soon as we're able to share our future plans on that front, we will. We just ask that you stay patient a bit longer while we work hard to bring console up to the 1.4 era. As always, we welcome everyone to continue to submit any issues that they are having on mobile via the link below. Thanks as always for the honor and trust you give us each month to work on Terraria. It is not a responsibility that we take lightly, and we look forward to bringing more amazing things to you all as we move forward." So, the upshot is that any goodies that the console guys are getting, it sounds like they're going to try to bring those to mobile wherever possible as well, so that's good. Once everyone's on the same latest 1.4 patch, the real work on cross-platform play will then begin in earnest, as they've said in previous news releases. So we just have to kind of sit and wait, really, and see what comes. And then finally, with the April State of the Game, they had a little tip-off about some events coming up for the 10th anniversary of Terraria's release, which, in case you didn't know, is coming up in the middle of May. They teased two things, really, just right here. A new 10th anniversary art from an epic community artist, and then secondly, and perhaps more importantly, a 10th anniversary content contest. They didn't provide any elaboration on what that means, so who knows what that'll be all about, but I'm sure in the next few days there'll be more details certainly to follow. And that's it for now. That was the April State of the Game update. So again, a bit of a bummer for console Terrarians. It sounds like they're moving along as rapidly as they can, but it's still going to take just a little bit longer. So probably at the end of the summer, unfortunately. And that's it for me for now. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again soon in another video. Take care.